understand what we're praying every single day. We're learning. I'm very particular to go over the halachot of Amidah. Why? Because a lot of details to it. I always try to go as much as possible to the halachot of Amidah because there's so much details to it, and we want to do is perfect. Because tefillah, when the halakha, the Gemara says tefillah, it means Amidah. So it's very, very important for that. Now let's understand the words that we're saying every single day to have better clarity. To even one word has a sea of meaning to it. So we started off in the Amidah that we say Elokeinu v'Elokei Avotenu, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, v'Elokei Yaakov. Then what do we say after that? Hakel, Hagibor, Hagadol v'Hanora, right? Thereafter we say that Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora continues off right after that. So let's understand what each and every one of those words mean and stand with the last word of that, v'Hanora. What does that mean in the definition if we're looking at God? So we understand that what's Hakel, Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon. Hagadol is usually we say also Lecha Hashem HaGedula. What's Lecha Hashem HaGedula v'Hagivura? Gedula is chesed. God is merciful, has not mercy, is kind. He's kind. He's large. Gedula. Then there is, after that, Hagibor. What's Hagibor? Hagibor is Gvura and Tzimtzum. You have to understand that Gvura, being strict, comes with Tzimtzum. That means when someone usually goes and Hagdula, what's Hagdula? We just said Hagdula. Hakel Hagadol. V'Hagibor v'Hanora. So what's Hagadol mean? Mefazer kesed. You know, ad blidai. Someone needs help, he helps them until the end. He gives them everything he needs. He needed to finish to pay his mortgage. The Kadosh Baruch Hu gives him not only to finish his mortgage, also gives him a car bonus.
Give you what? You give avodah.
Whatever. Mazakli. How do you think you get it? You walk in the house, you see a bag of gold. He gives him easy parnasah, chick chack. He pays the mortgage off like this, and he also gets a car bonus. We said yesterday we spoke. A couple of days we spoke about Shtadlut. Now, the beauty over here that we're locking in with this. How can we lock this in to understand where we're going? So, Gibor, Gvura, all this word of strength also means tzimtzum, to limit it. Limit. We're going to see soon why it's so important. And what's the last one? The last one is v'Hanora. V'Hanora is what? Usually if we say chesed, gvura, we usually say, we continue off tiferet, right? Chesed, gvura, tiferet. What's tiferet? Tiferet is a mixture between, it's a good wine, it's a mix between the wine, between the raw wine and the water. Chesed and gvura, mixed together in a perfect offering. That's Yaakov Avinu. That's what we say. So now we want to understand how does this show in our tefillah what we're saying over here. So now he's saying the connection between Gadol HaGibor, that's Midat HaChesed. It's understood that Chesed is the one that opens up for the person and makes the person Gadol open for the most. And what's like we just said, Gibor is Midat HaGvura. That's someone who has Gvura. And what's the idea of the Hanora and the great and the haughty to Tiferet, to the measure of the equal between Gibor, which means Gvura, means strength, and Chesed and kindness. What's the connection to this? And also another question on this, we say Gadol, Hagadol, Hagibor, Vehanora. Why do we say Vehanora? Why can we say Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanora, Kel Elyon? Why do we have to add this Vav? So that's the two questions that we have today. Now let's try to understand them. What? Usually that gish is with a hey idea. Usually to make something show out, we say Love usually ends off. But we're saying if you want to make something great, you say Victor Hagadol, Ha-Chazan, Ha-Medakdeka. You say like you give different things that hey idea it's called. Now, so now we have to understand what's Vehanora with this vav that we add in also. So and is there a difference between them? Between all what we brought over here. So let's go into Hanora lo berach. It's not always connected to pachad veira. It's not that Hanora can sound something fearful. Hanora, this person is very nora. This person is very, very. You come to him, you feel afraid, and you shake. You fear him a lot. Now, but it says over here. So that's what he says. Ela. this לא שייך לפחד ויראה, אלא לרוממות. What's רוממות? What's the best way in English to say רוממות? Highness? Your Highness. No, רוממות, the actual word. Highness, Your Highness. כבודך. So what does that mean? Let's understand today we want to understand how the Jewish nation, our DNA is mercy, right? We're merciful people. Let's understand the two different ways of mercy. Just like we learned the two different ways of emunah, that we have emunah that you get from your father, emunah that you get up to yourself. So too today we're going to learn about two types of rachamim, two types of mercies that you can understand where you fall in which category. Now, let's see. We see in the Kadosh Baruch Hu said that they're mentioned. They come out of what? Romemut HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the greatness of God, not of the fear of God, not God coming to you and you're afraid He's going to squeeze you down if you don't do mitzvot. Or if you do avirot, something the ground's going to open up from the bottom, you're going to fall like Korach inside. Rather, Ma'ava meratzon, we're going to see that's more connected. We have to be very, very careful when we speak about midot and different type of actions. Why? Because midah, ahava, that's chesed v'agdula, mefazer, he's giving out, he's enjoying. But then there's also, there's v'hanora. V'hanora is like, I have distance and respect, but I understand the greatness over here. It's unbelievable. So now what's the idea of the vav, v'hanora? It's teaching you something. What's v'hanora? That the vav teaches us. Why is there a vav over there? To teach you how does v'hanora work. What's the DNA of this word v'hanora? And the greatness, and the haughty, and your highness. What does that mean? V'havav ze mashchut. When something comes down and up. What's a vav? Vav is like this, right? So it's lines up in the heavens, in the highest realms, in the highest spheres. V'hanora, and goes down like the vav. Vav is a straight line, goes down from the high world, and we could feel in touch with God with this exact idea. So what's v'hanora? Why did the Chachamim put v'hanora over there? To show a serious connection as like a pipe of shefa and connection that we have through God with that vav. Now what does that mean? This sounds like very, very high stuff. And it's showing on the rumemut Hashem befoal berachamim ala nivraim. So it's also known that God, even though the nivraim is Jews, not Jews, God always has a soft spot for His creations. It's like when the Jewish people started singing Shirat Hayam, and Kadosh Baruch Hu got a little furious. Why? Because my creations are getting killed in the sea, and you're singing and jumping. Even though you're the chosen ones, but I still have a soft spot for my creations. So this is the reason why. That's the reason why it goes on. V'hanora el elyon. That's the rachamim that comes from up to down through this vav. V'hanora. Now let's move in to understand the two different types. Now we're going to hopefully finish in a couple of minutes. Make it as small and short as possible. We're going to two different types of mercies. There's two mercies. One is called rachamim mitzad haregesh, mercy that you have through emotion, and the second one is rachamim mitzad haromamut. Mercy that comes from being in a high level. There's people that come to a high level, and what they do, they step on everybody. But there's people that get to a high level and they start loving everybody more, understanding what's people's pain, and that's the highest level. Because how could you test this out? If you get promoted in business, and you get higher in whatever you're doing, if you start feeling a need to step on people or to make people feel where you're holding, you're of course not on that level. Or a person has to work on himself to be on that level. But Hashem, all of us are on that level, or work on ourselves as we come to this world to work on ourselves. Now, the first way of mercy is from emotion. Someone close to you, a family member of yours, has nothing to eat. He's poor. He has a hard time to bring money home. So what do? You have emotion for him, and you have mercy. So you want to help him out. Once in a while, you try to help him out with giving your every month maaser. You try to help him out with this. Why? Because emotionally you feel like connect to this person. But what if people that are not connected to your circle, people that are not your friends, you're not going to feel any emotion to them. Okay, go find a job, work. It's not my business. My problem is not all the people that can't work. My problem is not the problem of all the people that are not going to work. Why is it my problem? They should go work. My family, okay, God brought them into my family, so I have to be more intuitive to them and to hear what they're saying in order to help them out also. But people away from out of my inner circle, go. That's the same idea over here. That saveh eno margish et harav Adam haraev, someone which is hungry now, and then he gets cured, or ba'avar, that means, or he was hungry now. He knows exactly that feeling, and then he comes back to it. That means that's also an emotion. So we said one type of emotion is an inner circle. The second one is someone that in his first years of his life, 20 to 30, he was every single day, from whatever he made, it was exactly the amount of money what he made to eat, to give himself a small shower, something to take care of himself. Nothing more than that. And when he sees people like this, he has connection because he was there then. He knows, he feels it. He knows what they're holding, what they're feeling. That's why he connects to that. But then later on, when he's become savah, when he eats a lot, when he becomes comfortable, he's going to be emotionally intuitive to some of them, not all of them. That means not every single person. Out of 10, 5, 6, which is good. But this emotion only comes up sometimes. That's the first type of mercy. What's the second type of mercy? The second type of mercy is, like we said, rachamim hamagia mitzad haromemut, right? V'hanora, and the haughty and the great. So let's see the words inside, and we're trying to summarize it to make it. Okay, we have time. Okay. Usually I get excited. I see more people. I take. People also tell me to stop sometimes. Yalla. Rachamim mitzad haromemut teva haromemut liot nimshach el hashafel. How do you know if someone is really great? If you see, the greater he gets, the more connected to the people which are on the bottom of the food chain, so to speak. The people which are there in the worst levels. That spiritually, physically, any single level, they're on the bottom possible. Morally, everything that you can imagine, someone, you're such a great guy, such a great person, such a high person, everyone looks at you in a certain way. How could you be talking to this person which is immoral? Because only this person could come and help him out. So this is the other type that the lower he gets, the higher he gets, the more he has the pain and he wants to feel other people. And that's what we see in the Jewish nation. Real tzaddikim agdolim ve'chachamim ha'amitim, the real tzaddikim and the true ones, rachmu al kol echad ve'echad, harechokim ve'akrovim, and they loved every single person, doesn't matter where is he holding in his spiritual life, his moral life. They didn't care. You're a Jew. The further you went, the more I love you. But if you see people, if someone says, this Jew does this and this, he deserves to burn, gzar din mavet, everything. So this person calls himself a tzaddik, calls himself a righteous person. He's stepping on Jewish people, not only the creations of God, he's stepping on them. And you have no mercy, you don't have the basic DNA of the Jewish person. How could you call yourself tzaddik? How could you call yourself chacham? That's all it says over here. That the word from the words over here come out like this. That the greater tzaddik they are, what's the word? Teva haromemut liyot nimshach el hashafel. That the nature of someone which is high and great is to be connected to ones that are so low. We're going to continue on this. It's very beautiful. Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen ve'amen.